morning, actually yesterday, this conversation started yesterday in my head, and I was driving home, and the counter on the counter that tells me how many liters there are in the vehicle for fuel for me to travel did tell me you have 70 kilometers. And I drove home. From home, I went to buy a few things for our clients in terms of gifts, and I took my children with me to a supermarket, and it did tell me you have 50 kilometers. By the time I was parking, it told me 50 kilometers. Now I was surprised because the previous day it had told me 70. So I said, how come this BMW is giving me the same consistent number of kilometers I can drive? And I was so comfortable. And I packed the thing. I said, in the morning when going to the office, I will pass through the gas station, fuel it up, and I will be good to go. Guess what happens this morning? I try to start the thing so it starts, and I leave it on high drain. I go back inside as per usual to pick my coffee and bag so that I come back and drive off with the kids. I try to reverse it, it goes off, and it's still telling me 70, and I've forgotten that I did 50. And this reminds me of the so many times that we take things for granted and we fail to realize the importance of making a decision in the moment. And that happened around 6. Now let me tell you that this is actually where the birthing of this post and conversation around "Are you dressed up?" came. I felt so naked and ashamed in front of my kids because I could see it and I didn't decide. How many times do we face moments of decision making and we don't make them either as entrepreneurs, as leaders, as executives, as business builders? We face these moments and yet we don't make them. We want to procrastinate. And here's the thing I actually said, are you dressed up? The first decisions you make each day are as good as dressing your body up for the rest of the day or the rest of the week. The fundamental principle of progress is surrounded by the fact that you are naked if you make silly decisions. And the moment you make silly decisions every day means you're walking around naked and uncovered, because everybody is gonna have a go at you and they will win telling you mediocre, silly stuff because you're naked. The first decision, madam, it would be great to walk naked around and undressed, don't you think? I asked that question because then I picked up a jerry can, something I have never ever done. I have owned cars for the past 11 years. I have never picked a jerry can. Today, I didn't even know I owned a jerry can. I went to the storeroom and picked up a jerry can and walked to the gas station in my nakedness. It's called indecision. My nakedness, and I went and put fuel into the gas thing, and guess what? I came and poured into the car, and within a few seconds we were on. Imagine if I had made that decision in the moment when I needed to make it. As an entrepreneur, you're procrastinating about market research, you're procrastinating about getting into that particular market. As a leader, you are actually not even motivating enough. Your indecision to decide on important things exposes you and your nakedness. And actually, I asked this question. If we go back in research, leaders that made the poorest decisions walked around with their nakedness. Business leaders that failed to accessorize themselves with the relevant information and acting in the moment always had poor results. Today, luckily enough, the thing switched off in my yard. I would have been so embarrassed. And guess what? I'm here on social media speaking to you, and many people know me. Now they follow me. I walk in the supermarkets and in the malls and there's always somebody turning their head to check if it's me. Now imagine a car without fuel by the roadside and me walking even more kilometers back to this gas station to go and get fuel in my nakedness. Your inability to decide, your inability to pay attention to the trends around you and using them to make a credible decision that helps you, your business, and anything that you are after is causing you not to understand the opportunities that you could seize using that time that you are otherwise procrastinating and doing things that don't add any value. The question is, are you dressed?